We have some news right now. Donald Trump woke up furious on social media this morning because Henry Cuellar, the Democratic congressman he just pardoned, is running for re-election and, quote, defied him. This is one of the crazier subparts of 2025. So Trump pardoned Henry Cuellar, a Democratic congressman from Texas, and no one really knew why, because Trump would not pardon a Democrat just to pardon a Democrat, right? But Henry Cuellar represents a very kind of toss-up district. And well, Henry Cuellar, right after the pardon, filed for re-election, said he's running again. And now Trump is furious, saying, how dare he, essentially, quote, the lack of loyalty. Trump is saying, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Trump says that when he pardoned Cuellar, that God was with him. And then, quote, it happened. Henry Cuellar decided to run for re-election. And Trump is taking it so personally that he's furious on Truth Social right now. And what that tells me is that he pardoned Cuellar with the hopes of Cuellar not running for re-election so that Republicans could pick this seat up potentially. But Cuellar is saying, no, I'm going to run for re-election. You pardon me. Now Trump and Mike Johnson are in a bind. Yep, spread the word. Follow along for more. We have some pretty major news right now. A leaked memo to journalist Ken Klippenstein shows that the FBI and Attorney General Pam Bondi are putting together a list of so-called quote-unquote extremists to target. Attorney General Pam Bondi ordered the FBI to, quote, compile a list of groups or entities engaging in acts that may constitute domestic terrorism. Those include opposition to law and immigration enforcement, extreme views in favor of mass migration and open borders, adherence to radical gender ideology, anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity. Klippenstein is reporting that Bondi also directed the FBI to enhance capabilities of a tip line to more aggressively solicit tips from Americans on other Americans. They're claiming a lot of these people are quote-unquote extremists when they're just activists or advocates for an issue or against an issue. And this is something very serious. You can read the full memo on Klippenstein's Substack, and I will continue to provide you more updates as we get more information. So spread the word and follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about. I'll have much more to come soon. We have some major news right now. The Russian government is outwardly praising Donald Trump's new national security strategy, saying that it largely aligns with Russian thinking and with the Russian government's vision for how world order should proceed. New reporting from The Guardian has Dmitry Peskov, which is the Russian government, the Kremlin spokesperson, saying, quote, the adjustments that we see correspond in many ways to our vision. He welcomed signals that the Trump administration was in favor of dialogue and building good relations with the Russian government. Here's the deal, folks. This new national security strategy, which I outlined yesterday, abandons democracies across the globe, embraces autocracies like the Russian government, and it's clear that this Russian government, led by Vladimir Putin, really loves where Donald Trump is taking America's national security strategy. And, well, you know who the United States is abandoning? Europe and some of our closest allies in Europe. So spread the word, because this is important. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news that you need to know about. More to come soon.